I know based on the video title, you probably think I've lost my mind. But before you switch over to Throttle House, let me explain. Because it's my love of Mazda that's pushing this perspective. And you might find, upon closer examination, that it makes a strange kind of sense. What's going on, everyone? Jax here, and today I'm really talking about Mazda. I am here with the 2021 Mazda CX-9 signature all-wheel drive, which is what sort of prompted this conversation, but I'm wasting my breath. Let's hit the intro. Mazda started in 1920 as a cork maker, which is very different from a car maker. And they moved into motorized transportation in the 1930s. They pioneered the use of the rotary engine in the 1960s. And here in America, they became synonymous with innovative powertrains and lightweight, delicate handling, thanks to cars like the Mazda RX-7 and Mazda Miata. In 1991, Mazda even won the 24 Hours of Le Mans with the legendary 787B, which was the only non-piston engine car to win the prestigious race, and Mazda became the only Japanese automaker to ever win the prestigious race. So why in the name of all that's holy and decent in the world would I suggest that Mazda should transition into building all SUVs of all things?
Are you stupid?
I mean, doesn't that literally go against Mazda's ethos as a brand? Well, not nearly as much as you might think. First of all, let me offer a disclaimer. Despite the sort of clickbait nature of the title of this video, I don't think that even if Mazda were to transition into building almost an entirely SUV-based lineup, that they should ever do away with the Miata. It's now really the only vehicle of its type on sale today. And it's an iconic model that sort of links the Mazda of the present with the Mazda of the past. But for the past decade, Mazda has been quietly, too quietly in my opinion, producing some of the best SUVs on the market, such as this CX-9 signature model. For just over 48 grand, you get an opulent, fully featured, 3-row SUV that handles like nothing else in its class. The only SUVs that are comparable from a dynamic standpoint come from the German luxury automakers, not Volkswagen. Don't be silly. And maybe the all-new Acura MDX, but I haven't had the pleasure of driving that model yet, so I can't say for sure. If you look at Mazda's SUV lineup, from the CX-30 to the CX-9, they're all incredibly gorgeous, handle better than any of their direct competitors, and have a level of interior quality that's unparalleled for the price. They've even moved up near the top of the rankings in Consumer Reports reliability indexes, providing sort of solid real-world value for people that would rather buy their SUV long-term than lease it short-term. You know, because someday they don't want to have a car payment. This is not financial advice of any kind. Jax does not provide financial advice, other than spending too much money on cars, but Mazda has also used sort of clever engineering to adapt some of their existing powertrains to SUV duty, using its excellent turbocharged 4-cylinder that makes 250 horsepower and a whopping 320 pound-feet of torque, and pairing that with their sort of ubiquitous 6-speed automatic, tuned to provide maximum motivation at low speeds, such as pulling away from a stoplight. So that engine never really feels all that stressed, even though it's motivating quite a large vehicle. Even in foot to the floor passing situations, the Turbo 4 definitely feels adequate, if not outright fast. The result is that the CX-9 never feels slow despite its modest powertrain. This excellent combination arrives in the CX-30 this year and is already in the Mazda CX-5. Combined with the already stellar handling, this powertrain makes Mazda's SUVs sort of dynamic treats. They're simply incredible to drive. The CX-9 just glides over the pavement, even over bad pavement, and it isolates you from the harshness but never the driving experience. And it responds to driver inputs quickly and athletically with perfect throttle and brake calibration and light but accurate steering. And guess what? So does the CX-5, and so does the CX-30. All of Mazda's SUVs handle impeccably. They don't need trick 9-mode suspensions and stuff like that. In fact, they don't even have adaptive suspensions. They have just perfectly tuned suspensions. And like, remember when that was a thing? I would also imagine that the CX-3 handles like as well, I guess, but it's the size of a shoe, so I don't really care. And unfortunately, there's the catch. All three of Mazda's main SUVs, again discounting the CX-3, are all on the smallish side. From slightly too small in the case of the CX-5, when compared against class leaders like the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4, to significantly too small in the case of the CX-9, which is way smaller than things like the Honda Pilot or Chevy Traverse. Mazda badly needs a new platform to work from, one that could be adapted all the way from small sort of urban runabout SUV all the way up to like large, roomy family 3-row SUV. So why share a platform with cars if no one's buying them anymore? The inherent compromises present packaging problems, and people and families tend to want their large SUVs to carry stuff along with people. You know, like utility vehicles, not high-riding coupes, Germans. The profit margins are also a lot bigger, which will allow Mazda to invest in new powertrains, maybe hybrid electric or battery EV type of things, as well as technology like autonomous driving systems, which as Mazda moves further up market becomes sort of required, if not desired. It might also give Mazda enough cash to continue the development and the improvement of the Mazda Miata platform, which could actually spawn its own variants, which would help to dilute costs. You know, like that Miata coupe we've all been waiting for. No, the Miata RF is not actually a coupe. It's sort of a hardtop convertible, which is fine. I think it's gorgeous, but like, what if there was actually a Miata coupe? Look, the CX-9 Signature Edition is a fantastic SUV, and for 2021, Mazda polished it up a little bit with sort of a new, more elegant front grille, as well as a wider 10.3-inch screen, which I don't really notice, but it is bigger, I guess. It just sort of seems like the infotainment system is mainly the same. You could just see more of what's on the screen. Although I will say I do think the surround view camera quality has been improved. If you watch my review of the 2020 CX-9, I sort of ding the cameras as being trash. But it's still a size too small, and that's a shame because I feel like the more people that ride in this thing, the more people will appreciate what Mazda is doing for SUVs. The more people that will get won over by Mazda's incredible combination of ride and handling, as well as their sort of driver-focused luxury. And would Mazda's shift in focus to a mostly SUV lineup really be that much of a departure? I mean, think about it. They used to make corks. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it somewhat useful or informative. I've been sort of beating the drum about how much I love Mazda for a long time now, especially since the sort of review of the Mazda 3 started my change in this channel, sort of changed the focus of the channel. Mazdas are really excellent vehicles, and if you drive one, you'll understand. I think the CX-5 is such a strong seller because it is big enough for the class, and it's a wonderful SUV that really finds a sweet spot between style, substance, value, luxury. It's just incredible. But as a smaller company, I think they're like hovering around 15th worldwide in sales numbers. Mazda is always in danger of being sort of swallowed up by sort of these mega corporations. And I just want to see them succeed in a sort of cynical world where everything seems to be about profits, and so many models and so many vehicles get sort of churned out in a lackluster, half-baked marketing exercise, Mazda seems to be one of those brands that is truly sticking to its values and what it believes in. I really think that's worth celebrating, if not buying. I implore you, if you think that Mazda can meet your needs, give them a chance, go take a test drive. There's a reason that I'm so sweet on them. And if Mazda wins you over or you completely disagree with my point of view, let me know in the comments. Until next time, ride safe, drive safe, and I'll catch you in the next review. I mean, I guess this was a review. The 2021 CX-9 Signature is a good car. There you go. I'll catch you in the next review. Peace. The more people that will get run over. Run over? The more run over. Why is that plane flying directly overhead? Oh my God. How is a plane flying that slowly? It's gonna take like 9 hours for it to go away. Seriously, it looks like it's going 10 miles an hour in the sky.